somewhere in like the early 60s or whatever, mid 60s. You recognize this place. It's Key Oldsmobile. It's been here for God knows how long. It had the coolest showroom. It had a whole panoramic view of 12 Mile, and there's a little drag strip here that you get to test out your new Delta 88. Of course, we're standing in the used car lot, which is the mini version of all this stuff. Unfortunately, of course, just like GM, it fell on a little bit hard times. It went to being a Suzuki and an Aizu place, and then now it's empty. Behind me, we're at 12 Mile in DeQuinder right now, and this used to be, for those who can remember, this used to be a place called Child's World. Now, it was almost like a pre-runner to Toys R Us. All wild place. We were going up probably late 60s, early 70s. There was the only place that had a full-scale slot car track that you could go in, buy your HO car or whatever, and race around with. And they were also one of the very first people that had sporting goods and a toy store put together. It was an amazing place. Unfortunately, it was only with us for about 8 or 9 years before it stunk. But then again, right over here, there was a thing called the record stop. Now it had like a stop sign out front, but it was supposed to be a competition for Harmony House. Did pretty well with Peaches that came in and record stop, but unfortunately the record industry the way it was in the mid-70s kind of ate them up. Great place though. Hi, as you can tell behind me, or maybe you can't, that is the Federals that used to be part of the Universal City, which started as called Universal City back in '65. Those who remember this place had a mosaic out front of like the universe and all the different planets and stuff. However, funny enough, there's not any pictures of that anywhere. Nobody has one. It's kind of weird. Not even the people who own the place now. Of course, Federals being the last part of the anchors, and if you went north, as you remember, there was Ward's and all the little stores in between. Now, the funny thing, in the part of passage for just about any kid that lived around this neighborhood, is that you went here, your parents or you, when you got older, came up here with a friend and just walked on a Saturday, up, down, all day long, 6-7 hours worth of just walking. You would have like a frozen Coke or a big pretzel from Woolworths, where that place, actually the Woolworth Grill, where it was kind of sunk down in the middle. Very cool. Or you went to Gell's Sporting Goods down there at the end, or Spencer's. Take a look at the posters when you were a little bit older. Or right next to that, which was Fletcher's. Now, I, full disclosure, used to work here in my 11th grade year, 12th grade years at Jeans Galore, and that's not Pants Galore, that $5 ick crap place. I mean, Jeans Galore, we were a full Levi's store, I'll have you know. And we were next to the Cream Corn Hut and the Cobbler's, the guy who obviously fixed your shoes. It was a wild mall, and everybody knows it. Now, your job is to name every one of the stores that were in there, but now we'll even give you something for bonus points. There was 5 places that you could buy records there between 1965 when it opened up and 1976. 5. I'll give you 2 of them. Of course, it'd be Ward's and Federal's. Another one was Woolworth's. You get 2 more to go. Those other 2. Okey-dokes. A wonderful place. Unfortunately, it got smashed down. Now it's some kind of strip mall-y kind of... They're trying to get it back together again, but it'll never be the same as when we were growing up. Right behind me, perhaps some of you recognize that this is the old Walker Chili Carnival. Now, Walker Chili Carnival, what a strange place. There's a pinball place that had the first Pong machine around here to actually watch a little blip go between 2 little paddles, and you rocked your quarter and you were just totally amazed and hoped somebody else had enough money to play it so you could watch this Spice Age new kind of game. Pinballs in there galore. You could go from Mott to here for lunch. The chili wasn't all that great, but everybody called it Chili Carnival because really what else are you gonna call it? Many a date night in there, insane. And of course it was right next to Froling Lanes over here. If you're in gym at Mott between 73 and 76, that one time I should say, one couple, is that you and your rest of your PE class walked over to Froling Lanes and actually had that for gym for one day. You could actually do a couple games of bowling. Smelled like bananas every time you went in there. That was an interesting place. Clearly now, these places are just wonderful memories, but perhaps you have even more memories of Chili Carnival. Oh man, we do. Over my shoulder you can see is a place that's near and dear to anybody that lived at the 12 and Ryan subdivision. This used to be a great swamp where you could pick up a lot of pollywogs and all kinds of little aqua life. Then one day they made it into a thing called Chatham's. Now this is a very cool thing because not only did we have a supermarket that we didn't have to go to Great Scots for, but it actually had a supermarket side and it had a side that sold like clothes and towels and whatnot. I mean, think about that. Supermarkets selling all kinds of general merchandise together under one roof. How revolutionary. Will never happen again. However, Chatham was here for an awful long time, and then they built up the little outbuildings here that had a Rexall, and it had a National Bank of Detroit, an NBD, and then right over on the other side, there used to be like a little blind where all kinds of guys would be with their binoculars and all kinds of telescopes. Reason being that sometimes Diane would lay out there and it'd be like, go figure. See, we went to a lot of places that unfortunately aren't there anymore, but we have a lot of great memories about them. They're a fabric of your life, and it's just like the classmates from '76 that you graduated with. And that's why we want to see you on June 11th at Winter Cove, Stony Creek from 10 o'clock to 10 o'clock. All right, now make sure that you bring a dish to pass, whatever beer or wine you want to drink, and bring you, because we can't wait to see you and have even more memories come back to us.